Hi everyone, it's your Twin Cities housing market insight for May of 2020. The median home price in the Twin Cities moved past $300,000 for the first time ever in April, setting a new all-time high of $305,000. What started out the year as a low inventory level was exacerbated by COVID-19's primary and significant impact on new listings. The lower price brackets continued to lead the way, with much of the single-family price inflation coming in price segments below $350,000. But higher-end luxury segments where new construction inventory is not a primary competitor also performed well. I'll start my analysis out with a new data point that we're looking at, and that is mortgage forbearance in the United States. As of June 2nd, 4.73 million homeowners, representing almost 9% of all mortgages in the US, are in COVID-19 mortgage forbearance plans. If you add the 2.5% baseline default rate that we had heading into the COVID crisis, that brings us to a total of 11.4% of all mortgages in the US are currently not being paid. The last time we had that many Americans behind on their mortgages was back in 2010 during the height of the last financial crisis and foreclosure crisis. It is, of course, widely believed that most of the 4.73 million mortgages that are in forbearance will be brought current once the COVID-19 related economic crisis ends. But that remains to be seen, and that is something that we will keep an eye on. COVID-19's impact on showing activity. After other states had announced official lockdowns prior to Minnesota's lockdowns, there was about a 2-week period from March 13th to April 2nd, where a significant number of home buyers and sellers were in limbo, waiting on Minnesota's executive order to clarify who was going to be deemed essential and non-essential. Since April 2nd, showing activity has recovered significantly and is now mirroring, for the most part, year-over-year showing trends, which leads me to believe that COVID-19's impact on showings has largely resolved, or maybe mostly resolved. Mortgage rates. Mortgage rates in the US have been falling in May and currently sit at a record low of 3.18% for the average 30-year fixed mortgage. 3.18%. Home builder confidence. The NAHB housing market index in the US rose to a 37 in May, rebounding from a 30 in April, which was the lowest read since June of 2012. Still, the sentiment remains in a negative territory as it did come in below 50. We will keep an eye on that. Closed sales. We had 4,626 residential closings take place in April. That was up 10% month over month and up 4% year over year. The median home price in the Twin Cities moved up 3% to $305,000. As stated earlier, that's up 9% year over year and is a new record high. New listings, this is where we start to see COVID's impact showing up in the data. 5,992 residential properties were listed in April. In a month which typically experiences strong month-over-month increases, that is down 19% month-over-month and down 23% year-over-year. Homes for sale. The home inventory level remained completely flat in April with 9,400 units. That's down 12% year-over-year and is the lowest inventory on record. Lowest inventory on record for the month of April. Pending sales, only 4,619 single-family homes and condos were came under contract in April. In a month, again, where home sales are typically rising dramatically, that is down 10% month over month and down 20% year over year. That concludes my housing market insight for the month of May. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you want to connect and go over market conditions in your particular neighborhood or segment. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video.